The ballroom shimmered with the soft glow of chandeliers, a testament to decades of tireless effort by Arthur Sterling, founder of Sterling Innovations. Tonight was his grand retirement celebration, an evening designed to honor his legacy. As he raised a glass, his voice boomed with pride, listing the accolades of his sons, Mark and David, who stood beside him. "My boys," he declared, "the pillars who will carry Sterling Innovations into its next glorious chapter." A ripple of applause swept through the room, but a quiet figure in the back, Eleanor Vance, felt a familiar pang of invisibility. Eleanor was Arthur's daughter, a brilliant mind often overshadowed by her brother's more public roles. Tonight, as her father spoke of his son's contributions, he barely acknowledged Eleanor, save for a fleeting, dismissive mention of her unconventional path. Her husband, Ben, squeezed her hand, a silent gesture of support. Ben, a sharp-witted attorney, had grown tired of witnessing Eleanor's quiet brilliance go unappreciated. When Arthur finished his speech, Ben rose slowly, his presence commanding attention. "Arthur," he began, his voice calm yet firm, "this magnificent event, the future prosperity of Sterling Innovations. Tell us, where did the true foundation for all this suddenly appear?" The question hung in the air, creating a subtle shift in the room's atmosphere. Arthur looked puzzled, then slightly irritated. Eleanor's mind drifted back 5 years, to a time when Sterling Innovations was teetering on the brink of collapse. Her father, a visionary in product design, was less adept at financial management. Years of lavish spending, misguided investments, and mounting debts had pushed the company to the precipice. Mark and David, focused on product development and sales, were oblivious to the impending disaster, or perhaps chose to ignore it. Eleanor, armed with an advanced degree in financial engineering and a keen analytical mind, had always been passionate about the company, even if her passion was rarely reciprocated. She approached her father with a desperate plea to let her help. Initially, he scoffed, dismissing her suggestions as feminine whims, unsuited for the cutthroat world of corporate finance. Yet, as the financial abyss loomed closer, he grudgingly agreed to let her take a look, making it clear it was a temporary, desperate measure, not a sign of confidence. Working in secret, often late into the night, Eleanor began untangling the intricate web of Sterling Innovations' finances. She uncovered years of mismanagement, wasteful expenditures, and poorly structured debt. She restructured the company's entire financial architecture, negotiating with creditors, streamlining operations, and identifying crucial areas for cost-cutting. But her most significant contribution was the creation of a sophisticated investment portfolio. She meticulously selected a diversified range of assets, long-term government bonds, stable blue-chip equities, and strategic venture capital placements in emerging tech. She designed this portfolio not just for short-term gains, but for long-term stability and growth, specifically to secure Arthur's retirement and the company's future against any unforeseen downturns. For 4 years, Eleanor managed this portfolio, pouring her intellect and energy into its meticulous oversight. She meticulously rebalanced it, navigated market fluctuations, and consistently generated impressive returns. The portfolio grew exponentially, eventually accumulating a value exceeding $3 million. This financial cushion not only pulled Sterling Innovations back from the brink, but also ensured Arthur's comfortable retirement, irrespective of the company's future operational profits. Arthur, however, attributed the company's newfound stability to his own wise leadership and resilient vision, never once mentioning Eleanor's vital, unseen role. Mark and David, seeing the improved balance sheets, simply assumed their father had somehow managed a miraculous turnaround. Back in the ballroom, Ben's unwavering gaze compelled Eleanor to finally speak. Her voice, though soft, carried a surprising authority that cut through the polite murmurs. "The foundation, Ben," she stated, looking directly at her father, "was built on years of unseen effort that pulled this company back from $1 million debt, that restructured its finances, and that created the very fund paying for this celebratory evening." A collective gasp swept through the room, Arthur's face flushed with a mixture of shock and anger. "Eleanor, what are you implying?" he demanded, his voice trembling. "I am stating facts, father," she replied, her gaze steady. 5 years ago, Sterling Innovations was weeks away from bankruptcy. While Mark and David focused on their areas, I worked tirelessly, without pay, without recognition, to salvage what you had built. I designed and managed an investment portfolio that not only paid off the company's debts, but also accumulated over $3 million. This fund, she continued, gesturing around the opulent room, is solely responsible for your comfortable retirement and this entire lavish event. She then revealed the full extent of her sacrifices. During those years, I turned down partnership offers from prestigious financial firms, including a significant role at Ben's own practice. Because I believed in Sterling Innovations, I even put up my personal assets as collateral for a critical loan the company desperately needed, a loan you, father, had been denied elsewhere. The silence in the room was deafening. Mark and David exchanged bewildered glances, their expressions shifting from disbelief to dawning realization. They had truly been unaware Arthur, stripped bare of his self-proclaimed glory, stood speechless, his face a mask of shame. Eleanor took a deep breath, feeling a profound sense of liberation. I have given my all to this family and this company, expecting nothing in return but respect and recognition. Since neither has been forthcoming, I am making a change. Her voice, now clearer and stronger than ever, resonated through the ballroom. Effective immediately. My services as your financial architect are withdrawn. I will be joining a firm that values my expertise and rewards my contributions. With that, Eleanor turned, her head held high, and walked out of the ballroom, Ben by her side. Arthur, Mark, and David watched her go, the echoes of her words reverberating in the suddenly hollow space. In the ensuing months, Eleanor thrived. She joined a leading investment bank as a senior partner, quickly establishing herself as a powerhouse in the financial world. Her innovative strategies and keen market insights brought her immense success and the recognition she had always deserved. Meanwhile, Sterling Innovations struggled. Without Eleanor's expert management, their carefully constructed portfolio began to falter. They hired expensive external consultants, but none could replicate Eleanor's personal commitment or intricate understanding of the company's unique financial landscape. The investment returns dwindled, impacting their operational budget and future growth plans. Arthur's retirement, while still financially secure, was tinged with the bitter taste of regret and the painful realization of what he had lost. Mark and David worked harder than ever, but the company's former luster had faded without its unseen architect. Eleanor, finally free, built a legacy not just of wealth, but of self-worth and undeniable achievement, proving that true value often blossoms in the shadows before illuminating the world.